pickups from Spirit being thrown their way.
Is Spirit, maybe Spirit's going to position themselves aggro and put the puck in a 1v1 versus Ench.
Okay,
I mean that's going to happen. They want to punish the Luna, and Puck's going to farm, but not incredibly well versus Enchantress. He'll get bullied a bit. Lane's being adjusted. Lane's being swapped. Yeah.
Okay, so who's moving what now? They are gonna. Well, your Team Spirit. You say they don't want to go. Well, they do want to go aggressive.
They don't want to go aggressive.
They don't want to go aggressive.
It looked like they did for a moment, but they switched it up very quickly.
Maybe they thought that Suicide Team were going to dodge themselves.
I think maybe. That's what they thought. But now it's CK versus an Ench. Not so fun for the CK, of course. But if there's some rotations, they can actually set up for Sunstrike burst kills, which will be very hard versus Enchantress. So Shotglow should have a very good game up here up top.
Now TW is going to have to deal with BZZ and Villa.
He's going to really struggle. Why'd I go? You made me swing with them, man. You made me go with Spirit. Now
Are you doubting it?
I'm doubting myself a bit.
I don't know. I think, the mid-game, Nyx Assassin Invoker, there's going to be some free pickoffs across the map if they can find that Luna in the jungle.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens.
Well,
I think the CK is going to take way too long to get online is my concern. But we will see how this plays out. Puck versus Jakiro bottom. Putting a lot of pressure onto the Jakiro here.
I mean, he's falling low, this boy. Can Moon commit for this? If he fights?
Up in 2. No.
Oh, he doesn't want to.
He's got a full wave now, though, and he's now forced to carry to salve his support.
Oh, that's not great.
Not nice.
That is, that's not opportune at all for Suicide Team. They're not going to be happy with that, but they've had to do it.
But they do have, Suicide Team does have the hard camp available to them, and they get the best creep in the world.
And Biver misses the stun. It's a hard stun to hit. We're seeing a lot of Nyx Assassins miss stuns nowadays. It's become a common occurrence. When will it end? Moon. Again, just manning up against this Jakiro. Feeling no fear, feeling confident in the right clicks. Now level 2, he's pretty safe up top. They got the Maledict onto the Nagasara and dragging him back into the physical damage of Illidan. This should surely be a first blood. There's enough damage. The stun will come through before that final Maledict tick. Is he going to pop? No, level 1 Maledict, not quite strong enough. And now the turnaround's there. Sunstrike, bam!
That was through. His teammate's Sunstrike.
I think you are definitely reporting Shashlo for that. As
why?
Oh wait, sorry.
That's his teammate Sunstrike, dude.
I'm so confused. Well, it's been a long day. We travelled, we flew across places.
You know what actually saved the Nagasara, I'm pretty sure there? The Satyr 5.5 HP regen while he was maledicted. I think that actually was enough.
No one is reporting Shashlo here.
No, don't
just to be clear. You're commending Shashlo. Commend Shashlo.
Commend the Satyr.
Report the Invoker for trying to sunstrike his teammates. It's a good job that friendly fire is off.
He sunstriked so late too, right? They'd already thrown a bunch of stuns. Nah, he was focusing on his mid lane though. It is a bit tough. Those stuns are not really the longest when they're level 1. 1.6. Next stun you have to do it instantly as soon as the stun comes out. Mid lane now. They're looking to get aggressive here.
I mean, if they get a net, they can give him a good rundown. It's hard though. Now IOTW is keeping his distance. That's for sure. Up top, Shashlo coming in for a look on to this Nyx Assassin, but again, they may try and fight into this. They have the stun, Maledict, paralyzing Cask, the Nature's Attendant and the stick charges are going to mean that the Maledict does absolutely nothing at all though. And now FNG in a bit of trouble as Shashlo getting aggressive, chasing him down with the Sapphire Tormentor. Will be put off though as soon as Illidan moves across on the CK, starts to back away. Bellows there though with the Riptide, again, keeping Nyx Assassin to back off. FNG falling very low. But they didn't quite have the control or burst to bring him down. And now this Ench is in trouble. Paralyzing Cars, Maledict upon him. They've got the stun, they've got the control. No Nature's Attendant. Shashlo is down this time. Velor moving in on to FNG, trying to find a return kill, but he's not going to quite find it. In fact, the Ench losing her creep as well.
Nice.
So some good money there.
That's a big kill. They can finally get it. But look how much this Enchantress is forcing up here. 3 heroes are up there. And they have to throw everything to try to bring her down. After the Nature's Attendance is down, they have a chance. Mid lane, relatively even. DP's winning as expected, but Invoker's getting a good chunk here. However, there's an Invis Naga here. While TW steps up too far.
Here we go. Ready to jump. Bam. In with the root. No escape for this Invoker as they have more than enough damage. There you go, get someone on the way down at least, I suppose. But that's him down. Top lane, Illidan has the Soul Ring, so this lane gets a little scarier for now for Shashlo, as there is going to be the constant up and ready to go combo of the Chaos Knight when the Ench does enter the lane. Bottom lane, Moon versus this Luna. How are we seeing? 9 for 3 only on the puck and 27 for 9. So it looks like the puck struggling to really put much pressure onto this Luna. Still having a pretty free lane here.
Yeah, the Jakiro's been down there mostly too. So just throwing Dual Breath and Liquid Fire, making it very tough for Moon. And Moon next she has to go back to base or pick up a bottle from the side shop in order to continue laning, or from the secret shop, whatever. And it will be that.
So as it stands, again, these sort of lanes that we've seen out pretty much every series today, the fact that both of these teams, they have got the technical, mechanical skill. No one's going to really get too bullied in lane. It's very, very even. It's all going to be down to the team play, which we did see prove to be pretty strong by Suicide Team in the first game. Then middle, the Sunstrike comes through from IOTW. He's trying to turn with the Cold Snap onto Velo.
Oh, the stun,
can't quite finish him off. IOTW, stick charges, keeping him alive. He will survive this one. They keep the Invoker safe, the TP in from Byra as well, meaning that neither of these heroes could dive in for more.
Spirit is still falling decently behind. It's early game, it's only 1k, but just on last hits, the 3 lanes are going very well for Suicide. Invoker is going to continue to get punished as well. Sunstrike.
It's on the mark. Can they finish off the kill? Though it doesn't look like it. Velo keeps it back, and with the control, he's ready to come back in with the Riptide. Nicely done there. Good bit of micro from Shashlo. FNG trying to finish off the kill with the Maledict and the Paralyzing Cast, but it's not going to be enough. Nature's Attendance comes through from Shashlo and will keep his support safe. Bottom lane, Moon again being forced back. This Luna starting to punch pretty heavy. The Lucent Beam's getting scaled up. Level 3 on them at the moment. He's got that Eclipse, so Moon has to be very careful how he commits with the Orb. But yeah, these lanes, as you say, Suicide Team doing much better this time round. Up top, Maledict, Sunstrike, Paralyzing Cast, Shashlo pots the stick charges. Again, will be enough to keep him alive against the Maledict ticks. So still struggling to quite find the kill each time with that combo. What level is the Maledict? Is it still level 1 or has he hit level 3 on there?
It's level 2.
It is level 2, but still not doing quite enough for the side.
So many heals.
Yeah.
The attendants are more than enough. Plus some wand charges and a range drop to eat through the Maledict too. Definitely a problem. Team Spirit. They've got the greedy lineup like we said, and they need to stay alive.
I mean, I guess that's the thing. This is sort of expected early on all top. Missing the combo. Maledict and the Sunstrike off the mark, and without that combination hitting, there's just no way they can kill Shashlo at this stage. He continues to have a pretty free lane. He's nearly hit himself level 6. But yeah, as you say, with the greed of Spirit's lineup, I guess it is expected that they are going to be a little bit behind in the laning stage. They were never sort of going to own the lanes as hard as Suicide Team and do, and now down bottom, Die finding an opportunity. The orb's being used, he sees an opening, he heads in with the Eclipse and the beam, and bam, the puck is out. That's a solo kill that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it is 2 full lanes though, that 2 full lanes of First Spirit that are just lost based off of principal concept, like just matchup versus matchup. There's no way that Invoker can win that matchup versus DP, and Puck versus Luna after Luna gets a head start is impossible. So it's really going to be up to Illidan to carry the early game for his team to catch back up, because they're going to need a whole lot of catch-up.
And will indeed. Invis Rune picked up by the Naga.
The D-Ward adds insult to injury.
Got phase boost now on the BZZ. Top lane Byra still standing by the side of Illidan just in case Shashlo gets in a little too close for comfort. IOTW, how's he doing in the mid? Still suffering. Still that little bit behind, the about a 1k difference between him and the Death Prophet.
He was doing great until that gank actually. He was in a pretty okay spot as the Invoker, but yeah, that'll happen. Once DP gets a couple levels, you start getting the waves just pushing into you, and you're an Invoker. You don't have ways to push the wave out. You just auto-attack kill creeps. So your tower's always getting threatened a little. FNG looks like he wants to position himself for a kill here on 633. They've got the Cask, they've got the Maledict, they've got Cold Snap to follow up.
But he's got the Exorcism out already. Siphon as well, but oh, with that stun and Sunstrike, that will be enough to pop him.
He got way too cocky.
He really did. Moving behind that tier 1. I mean, sure, there's a Jakiro nearby, but there was no way that he was going to be diving as well with with BZZ. That was not the play to happen. Top lane, Shashlo trying to move it on in Illidan. Illidan keeping himself hidden in the tree line. They know that the TPs came in on the mid lane, so they're trying to abuse this carry who's out on his own.
Rotations coming in though. Phantasm expended. Naga Siren should be dead here with the Sun follow-up, but oh, the Sunstrike off the mark again.
But they'll still get the kill.
FNG's
they will
dead.
lose FNG for in return. Yeah, Shashlo able to, amongst the chaos, take down one of Team Spirit's own.
The power of Enchantress. Bottom, Moon gets solo killed again by Luna. He's desperately trying to get something down bottom, but
this shouldn't be happening though. Giving yourself up as a solo puck to a Luna.
He keeps using orb to last hit, so then he's at risk of dying. And 4K advantage ready for suicide. Man on, I swear to God, if you ruin my 100 prediction,
yeah.
If I listen to you.
Oh yeah, I went with Empire. My goodness. Empire, what the heck? They're not even playing in this. Oh, it's Spirit. What am I on? Well, so as you say, there is the 4K lead. But they went for the greed.
They went for the greed.
They went for the greed.
This is they should know this was going to happen based off their picks. BZZ getting body blocked by FNG. The cold snap there. They should be a follow-up stun by Biver. It does connect. There's a Sunstrike as well.
Bam. That's the Death Prophet gone. So we've seen this 2 times in succession now. BZZ trying to go in mid, getting and just, having to pay the price for sort of making that mistake because Spirit are there with an answer.
Yeah. But now the game is awkward, right? Now Spirit, they want to position themselves aggressive, so they're going to try to take the tier 1 bottom, but they're going to lose their tower way faster. 2 suicide teams line up. This Luna Enchantress taking the catapult as well. Top tower is going to die with no time. Do they have TPs available? They have TP on 3, 4...
I don't think
4 heroes.
TP into this. I mean, Eclipse is up.
They're just gonna... I meant the other way around.
Oh, okay, sorry. For them TPing back.
If they want to defend bottom, but I think they could actually just continue for tier 2.
I mean, they push so quickly with this Luna. There's no doubt about that. And on the side with the Impale and the Sunstrike, they try and go for the Kiro, but they group up, and now they look to turn. Spike Carapace does come out, but it isn't going to save him. That is going to be a killing spree for Die. This Luna getting massively out of hand. They're trying it on the mid lane. They do jump in with the coil. They have the silence as well. Maledict is down, but after sort of the majority of the burst, so I don't think it's going to be enough to kill this Death Prophet. They try and go back in, but indeed it's not. The Maledict coming out at the end of the combo rather than the start, so a bit of a mess up there by Spirit. And indeed, as you say, Suicide Team, they stay strong top, they move in, and with the pushing power of the Luna, 11 minutes in, they're taking a tier 2 tower away from Spirit.
And they've got good push, while on the side of Spirit, they can't hit buildings. Look at bottom tower. It's more than half HP because they went for that gank mid, doesn't work. Now it's even more awkward for them. Their game plan is just all over the place here.
And this puck is having a tough game. We saw him have a very good Legion performance last game, but this time round, he's just orbing in the places where he shouldn't be and dying very awkwardly. It just seems that maybe not the most confident of puck players. He's making some mistakes.
It's also puck offlane. I'm not really a big fan of it in the offlane right now. I actually am not a fan of the hero right now. And looks like a small DC from the Naga. Biver does get slowed up. Does have Vendetta available though, so he should be fine. But they're going to lose another tier 2, Owen. They have no map control whatsoever.
There is no way you can stop this if you're the lineup of Spirit. There's no puck. You're down a member. You just don't have team. You have, as you said, is the problem. You have this Invoker and CK that are going for the greed. They just cannot. There's no way they turn up to a fight at this stage of the game. They have to somehow hope and pray that the Suicide Team don't try breaking high ground anytime soon.
I think they have to just hope for mistakes. Yeah. I think that's the way to get back in the game for Spirit. Their lineup is far too greedy, and even if they get, let's say, just mapping it out, let's say Puck, Blink, and CK gets a big item, right? What's he got? Let's say he has Armlet finished. I know he does.
He's nearly got it.
He's nearly got it. Okay, let's say he has Armlet. Let's say they have Blink. Let's say he has Armlet plus something else. I think still walking into Suicide Team's lineup is suicide. I think if they walk in with any of their team, just take a full head-on-head fight, there's no way they can win the fight versus them. So I'm very concerned for Spirit. Even if they are able to keep their base alive for a bit, I think they're going to be at too much of a deficit.
Yeah, I mean, look at this push. The Master Madness Luna shoves in onto another tower. Tier 2 falling quickly. Biver's on the lines. He has got the Vendetta. He's looking for some sort of setup, but there's no way that anyone else follows him in on this, as the tower will be left to leave the game as Suicide Team take it out. And getting a quite an impressive lead very early on. Suicide Team 7k lead at the moment.
They're just going in the Roche pit.
And what do? You can't stop this. You can't go anywhere near this 5-man of Suicide Team.
I see a line drawn from the Invoker to invade the enemy base. desperate now at this point to find any type of movements. Free Roche for Suicide Team. All 3 cores absolutely free farming. Their support's high leveled as well. But Team Spirit, Invoker's got his Midas.
Okay. The start of the comeback game begins. But they're going to need to make sure it's a very long game, Spirit.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, Suicide Team are playing it at their own pace and they're forcing Spirit to join along with them on that ride as well.
Yep. 2 sets of lanes fully exposed.
And still unable to finish off this tier 1 tower down bottom, Spirit, despite how hard they try.
They're all in the area, but look at everybody from Suicide. They want to fight.
Yep, Aegis, there's level 12 on the Luna. You've got that second point of the Eclipse. Biver is scouting it out, though. They do know it. Do they have detection? Doesn't look like they're prepared to drop anything down. There's a sentry on Jakiro, a little bit too far away from the Naga on the front, whose smoke was dispelled first. You'll see, they're setting up for an attempt on Illidan. They do have the slow upon him. They're trying to chase this one down. Moving into position, Velo can use the song to close the gap, but he doesn't need to, as they'll look for the free kill as Biver's left behind on the side. Biver down.
He wanted to just Carapace to save his CK, but his Vendetta actually wore off as he ran in and used Carapace. So he dies very quickly. And Team Spirit still just recovery mode. Don't take a fight, push side lanes, farm jungle, Invoker. You need Aghanims to be a real hero. CK, you need a lot to become a real hero. Uh-oh.
He really does. Illidan is the one that needs the most time this game. There's very little he can do. Sure, as you say, if ILTW gets that Aghanims, then at least you've got some sort of a combo to break the push of Suicide Team. But the push is so damn strong. They take a tier 2 tower. They've still got the Aegis. They've still got the Eclipse. If they want to try for high ground after this tier 2, they have every reason to do so. They know that they have such a power spike in comparison to Team Spirit's lineup at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Illidan is, when you're carry, it's 15 minutes in and you're sitting inside your base, game is looking really, really poor.
They need some colossal mess-ups from Suicide Team Spirit if they want to get themselves back in this.
Absolutely. They've got Arcane Puck right now, and he does have Blink Dagger on the Puck, so they do have a way to actually start the fight. But yeah, they need a lot more time. And Invoker now has been forced back to base, has the point booster. But looks like Suicide Team wants to end this. They have a pipe finished on Shashlo. They're just going high ground.
Here we go. How can they put a stop to it? The ghosts come out. You're going to see on the side them try and move in with the ultimate, but there's the Song of the Siren. Looking for the setup. They're moving into the base. They're looking for the perfect angle. There comes the combat out to 2. The Eclipse to follow through as well. If they burst down the puck, the rest of Team Spirit forced back. They'll turn their attention towards the tower. Fortification comes out. Now Illidan trying to return fire. Comes in with the Rift. They grab down the Naga, but look at the impetus. It's flying through. Illidan falling low. Ice Path won't quite catch him. Illidan does manage to keep the distance, get himself out and keep himself alive, but the base is in tatters. They've lost the tier 3. They're moving on to the racks as well. Silas comes out onto 2 from BZZ. They force back, burst down the Nyx Assassin as the Lucent Beam flies through from the Luna. Ice Path catches out Illidan. He's tried to come back into this engagement, but again, the impetus is from Shashlo, forcing him to back off. Dreamcall is down onto 3. They're trying to do their best to jump back in. Sun strikes out. Bam! It connects. The Yule's upstairs on the Death Prophet, trying to keep herself alive, but the deafening blast from ILTW finishes off BZT. The melee racks are down though. Team Spirit, they need big kills off the back of this. They get the grab back onto Jakiro with the Rift. He's down. Stun flies through. Shashlo will be surrounded. They rip back into the Enchantress. They're looking for every single possible kill off the back of this defense, and they'll get it. Nature's attendants won't say Shashlo. Team Spirit do find 3 big kills off the defense, but the melee racks are down. The damage was already done, but it is a big big win in terms of gold off the back of that. They did have to expend a buyback on Biver's Nyx Assassin, but it's worth it. They're sort of slowing down a bit of that tempo from Suicide Team, showing that Suicide Team can't just walk in and take any team fight at this stage.
Yeah. Being down 1 Rex, not the worst thing in the world. Being down 2 Rexes might get to the point where they're not able to handle it. But yeah, the gold got earned on the heroes that matter. The CK and the Invoker got a good surge of money their way. It's about 1,000 gold to that Invoker Aghanims. And then they can actually look to try and take some head-on fights, because then he can actually throw more than a 2-spell combo. Biver.
He's got his eyes on this. He wants to try. He wants him to Riptide. Riptide. He's not doing it. Maybe with the Riptide, Spike Carapace, and the stun and the Sun Strike. I mean, even then, I don't know if it's quite enough damage to bring down this Naga Siren.
He's pretty tanky. I don't think he'd have enough damage.
I don't think the numbers would quite work out. If he had the Meteor Hammer, a bit of a different story, but he doesn't quite have that yet, Piper. Aghanims, very close to having it on ILTW. 400 gold and it will be there. And we saw last fight as well, to be fair, they did a good job at taking the team fight.
Oh no,
Up in the jungle, he's been spotted out, they've got the root upon him, they have more than enough vision, and he doesn't even have the Vendetta to get out of it. So that is him down for 30 seconds.
He's died 6 times already this game. He's half his team's deaths. That is not what you want to be really doing as the next so much this game, but it is really hard when you're getting pushed down and there's not much you can do. Arcane Rune on Death Prophet.
The dream for the DP.
Let's see what they can do.
The axe is there, and they have got at least a Reaver coming out onto the CK. Can they hold? Tier 3 is falling fast, as you said. 1 racks down, they can deal with. Can they deal with 2? Tornado comes out onto the Death Prop. She's already going to back up. No, she wants to move in. She silences, trying to go for this. But there's the combo. They bring her in. Silence as well. Coil onto 2. The song is too late. They've already lost the Death Prophet on the side of Suicide Team. They have to get the rest of them out of there. They can't stick around for this fight. With the Phantasms up, Illidan, he's ready to try and look for another grab. They're trying to get the vision, trying to close the gap. Shasho on the sidelines goes for the TP. He makes it. Stun's not out in time from Biver. This Naga Siren isn't going to be quite as fortunate, or is he? No, they don't have the setup on the puck. They don't have any further yaws, so they don't have the control. He will get out of there. But again, the defense is successful. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like the song just didn't come out in time.
Yeah, I think the song was just late.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
It looked like they should have been able to save the Death Prophet, but for some reason, the song just wasn't coming through before Illidan ripped the Death Prophet to pieces with his Phantasms.
Yeah, just looked like miscoordination as well, because they even threw the Ice Path at the same time as the Sleep, so at that point, it's like, there's no way that we can re-engage, nor did they really want to with the Death Prophet down, but yeah, Spirit, they hold themselves that racks alive. They didn't deward the base ward that is placed on them, though, and that's something you usually do expect when the building goes down. But yeah, slowly but surely, still a 9k gold advantage, though. They still need quite a lot more on Spirit, but the heart on CK, which is coming up very soon.
Oh, he's got the... How close is he?
About 1,000 gold.
Okay. He's closing in on it. They are looking for kills up here.
They gotta be careful. This is not a good place for Spirit to fight. They don't really have anything to gain after this. They have to just make sure their side lanes are pushed in.
Yeah, they have to run. Biver, he's been caught out a few times. He's got to be careful here, sort of on the front of it all if they do chase him down. Does have Illidan and FNG nearby him. Dire.
Ooh,
Spirit will take a town. They want to fight this.
This looks a little crazy.
I mean, if they can take someone instantly out of the fight, then it's fine. They'll look straight to the DP. Oh, the Rift, though, no, it dragged him out of the ring. The Sunstrike doesn't matter. Death falls enough, takes him down. The ult through, though, Eclipse coming in from the Luna as Dai moves forward. He turns towards Illidan. Illidan falling very low. The illusion of the Naga chasing him down. TP out from the Witch Doctor. Can Illidan survive this? He has got the armor toggling, but the net's in. There's too much damage. Illidan loses his life. A 1-for-1 there. Illidan for BZZ. Moon getting himself out of there with the orb. Will be able to get back to the base, and with the Death Prophet down, a bit of a lacking to the push. There's no exorcism. Oh, he gets there. He does. There's going to be a buyback from Illidan. Stun comes through. He does manage to jump out after Meteor Hammer. Illidan comes in with a TP, looking to commit to the fight. The Sunstrike is on point. They cut down the Naga. Illidan wants to get more done off the back of this. He's brought back. He needs to find more. Drags back Shashlo with the Rift. Shashlo being surrounded. Stun to hold him in place. The Phantasms move in. They cut down the Bambi. Double kill for Illidan. The buyback, was it worth it? Sort of. They get 2 kills. I think they are buying more time. They're stopping that push happening.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah, I think it was, sure, he may not have gained the gold. He probably still lost some gold out of it, but yeah. I think they needed to do that so they don't lose the racks. Luna versus racks, we've seen what happens. The bouncing of the glaives becomes pretty absurd. And they're actually just able to burst the Death Prophet. They're actually going again aggressive. Look at this. If they can catch the Luna, that'd be massive.
Absolutely. Piper, he's looking for the stun setup. He's going to find it, even when greedy with the Vendetta hit, and it pays off. That is, and look, what? BZZ, he just walks into this.
Oh, the sleep, okay.
Okay, they've got the sleep meteor combo. Can they actually fight this? They do have the exorcism. They look for the hammer drop onto 2. They get the stun perfectly timed. Ice path to follow through as well. That's Biver and Moon down. The rest of the side of Spirit need to get out of there. Illidan and FNG on the retreat. FNG, he'll head to the left, sort of in a hope to draw them away from the CK. They can't let Illidan die a second time with that buyback off cooldown. FNG, he will be the sacrificial lamb. They have the Yule set up with silence. FNG gets cut down, but he does get the space for Illidan to escape. And that was Exorcism committed for that.
Exorcism, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the big thing.
If they can sort of keep that engagement out of the base and Suicide Team aren't able to push it around quick enough, again, Spirit are fine with this. They're slowing down the pace.
They are.
Very slowly but surely as this game goes on. Booster travel completed on the Invoker at this stage. They've even got the drums on FNG as he picks up every bit of stats to help out. And Illidan is very close to having that heart finish despite buying back in that last fight.
Yeah. Gets some big talents as well. Level 15 gets that 15 strength bonus. Level 20 is going to be even better to get that pierce immunity once, you know, the BKB is more than likely coming out on Luna very soon. Actually, she has it, so level 20 probably going to be big for CK, but more importantly, has level 15 plus heart at about the same time, so a big surge of health. He's going to be sitting on 4k life with Armlet activated. And yeah, like you said, ILTW, big thing about Invoker is getting your levels on top of your Aghanims. It's not just the Aghanims, but he is level 16 on the Invoker, now has the Forge Spirits, double Forge Spirits as well on top. So they've got some summons as well to tank that Eclipse. But there's a lot to deal with versus what Suicide Team still has. With disadvantage, of course.
And just Sunstrike spamming the Roche pit. Making sure that they don't miss an attempt for the Luna. I mean, Suicide Team, they can do it very quickly. Same to be said for Team Spirit.
40 seconds, though. There is no sleep and no Death Prophet.
Okay, this is, yeah, absolutely the big time, the big window for Team Spirit to try and abuse. Neither of those ults there, as you say. Phantasm is up for themselves. And out by the pit, you're going to have Biver on the front lines. He's getting the crucial information. They're going with the stun and the Sunstrike. Jump forward from the puck. They burst down one. Now they're going to look for more. There's a silence on Illidan. He's going to see if he can get the range for the grab, but the net's out. Oh, they go for the blind Dream Core. It's not going to catch anyone.
You see what they want to do, though, right? They're just trying to push the side lanes in as much as possible, and then get one-by-one pickups to where they can chase. Like
this, I mean, that was Phantasm expended. That is a long cooldown for Illidan to pop, and they didn't really grab anything.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty bad, actually.
So, with his Phantasm not being there, and Exorcism, Eclipse, and so on going to be there, this, as you said, suddenly it was a window for Spirit to do something. Now, it's something for Suicide Team to look and push the issue. They go into the pit. They know that there's very little chance the Spirit really want to head over without Phantasm.
Yeah, they don't want to fight this without it. No way. I actually was zoned out for a second when I saw him pop Phantasm. Should be able to get it. Sunstrike hits Luna, but they've got it just now. They might even just give it to DP. It looks like they were considering it.
I think you want to keep the cheese on the Death Prophet, really, it's better, isn't it? To make sure they can stay alive during that Exorcism.
Fair enough, yeah. Still susceptible to getting bursted because he has died during a stun combo the last 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, stun.
To watch out.
I mean, yeah, if they get the Maledicts and Sunstrike off the back of a stun as well, yeah, that is more than enough to sort of take these heroes down.
Yeah.
I mean, are there any Glimmer Capes on the lineup of Suicide Team? Could be quite nice against any sort of Maledict combo. No, not at the moment.
Oh, Puck actually gets found in the sides here.
He's going to get out with a very nice blink, and that nice little blink as well. Not the full range straight down into the sidelines. Keeps Moon very much hidden. So he will be okay. 40 seconds until that Phantasm's back, so we'll see if they're able to hold until that magical point. But some more and more space for ILTW. He's level 18 now. He's doing a great job of being where Suicide Team aren't.
Yeah.
So when he does come to the fights now, he has got those good levels.
And an Arcane Rune too, so he can join in. This could be a pretty big. This could be a pretty big rune just for Team Spirit. But they need to get them off of the racks as fast as possible. The Glaives start killing the supports.
Got the Maledict onto the Luna. Tornado is not really going to catch on to anyone. They put the MP down. Cold Staff as well onto Die, but the Song of the Siren comes through. Moving in. Velo looking for the setup. Die already falling quite low. They've got the Meteor Hammer. Eclipse combo, but no! The Yules was allowed to get out in time by LTW. He's able to keep himself alive. They turn with the stun. You are going to have the buyback straight away from Moon on the puck. The Death Ward out for the sidelines. Die with the BKB moving forward. He's cut down the Witch Doctor. Can they get anything? The Sunstrike not going to connect, but they're able to burst down the edges on Luna. That's Luna down once. They've lost the Naga Siren. Illidan hitting it with the crits, keeping himself alive. He's in the fire though, has to get himself out. Can they keep this CK alive? He's trying to make himself back to base. He will. Illidan will survive. ILTW heading forward, doing his best to try and keep them off the racks, but the racks are already down. They get the racks and the Ghost Walk. ILTW starting on them, keeping himself alive. Illidan goes in. They found fourth. They do lose the racks here. They will lose the Nyx Assassin indeed as the illusion for the Enchantress stolen from the CK. Turn across his own teammates. Finally, Shashlo should fall. I mean, they are getting the damage done though. That is racks falling. That it does cost them the whole team going down a Suicide Team. It's hard. I mean, Who's happier with this? It's a lot of heroes to lose, but you are getting the racks.
I mean, Suicide's definitely happy with that. I mean, 2 racks is up. That's where it becomes a lot harder because the side lanes are very tough to deal with. That was flashy as shit by ILTW. You see that? He was
juking him around.
He was 200 HP, and rather than using himself and then ghost walking doing defensive, now he uses the Luna while he's getting hit by Impetus. He missed the Sunstrike combo. It would have been really damn cool if he hit it, but got the Ghost Walk off, did some really flashy plays between him and between...
I told you about this guy. I've heard good things.
Stuff.
I've heard good things about him.
Now he's got Cataclysm, a very fun to watch ability that usually does nothing.
It really does do nothing.
But it's really fun to see.
Nothing. Maybe if there's ever going to be someone to make it work, maybe RLTW can do something nice. I mean, the thing is, it's the Deafening Blast combo that you're looking for.
Yeah, you have
also, what's quite nice as well is if you Tornado and Cataclysm, I don't know if you've seen it, it's also incredibly hard to dodge, because if you Cataclysm whilst they're in the air, it Sunstrikes on an air position, so you can't actually see where it's going to land. So we'll see if it goes for some of those next level plays. By the Shrine, Illidan is being focused here.
Oh, BKB.
Yeah, Dai is moving in onto the CK. I don't know if they can keep Illidan alive here. They're trying to get him out. Some good armlet toggling might keep him up. And it's going to be pretty big if they do the Ice Path connects. This sleep's going to be huge. The Meteor Hammer. Can RLTW get out of this one? No, he can't. The stun comes in. He's going to try and turn. Drops down the Meteor onto the mirror images. RLTW now looking to get out of there. CK is down. That's Illidan gone for a minute. So 60 seconds without the CK.
Man, Naga with this Blink Dagger is putting in work. Both situations in the base when he dove in. Got a 2-man sleep into Meteor Hammer there again. 2-man sleep into Meteor Hammer.
So hard to play against. I mean, yeah, Velo's doing a very good job of finding the perfect times. We saw that one mess up top, but other than that, the songs have been on point. And here come the ghosts. There is buyback now online for the CK. So Illidan can use it if he needs to. Deafening Blast, Sunstrike combo coming out onto one. On the front line, Piper just getting ripped to pieces by the Exorcism. There's the buyback from the CK. They have to keep them off this final set of racks. They can't afford being mega creeps at this stage of the game. Now, with the buybacks, they need to find kills. Biver buying back for this one as well. Team Spirit trying to chase them down. Can they get a grab on anyone? Exorcism's going to be wearing out soon. Silence comes down to 3, and the Eclipse. The Meteor Hammer. Oh no, it's a trap.
Oh,
Team Spirit walking into absolute nightmare. GG is called. The Meteor Hammer doing it there from the high ground. They just walked straight into it. Perfectly timed. Eclipse was up and ready. And we're going to a game 3 there. Deservedly so as well. Suicide team with a very impressive performance.
I thought their draft was so much stronger than Spirit. We said it from the start. We were like, Spirit's draft